Hello, welcome to the homework review for homework 2.5, coordinate graphing. ACE problems 27 and 29 on pages 36 and 37. Today in class we talked about coordinate graphing in all four quadrants. If you remember with mugwumps, we only graphed in the first quadrant. We only used positive x's and positive y's. But now we've learned that you can go negative x and negative y and expand into all four quadrants. So in answering this first question, it helps to think about the quadrants. They're telling you that you have the first point and you're moving to the second point, and they want to know what direction you're moving. So if I have a positive 3 and positive 2, I'm in the first quadrant. Negative 5, positive 2 is in the second quadrant, so I'm moving to the left. Negative 7, positive 7 is in the second quadrant. Positive 3, positive 7 is in the first quadrant, so I'm going from the second quadrant to the first quadrant, or I'm going to the right. Negative 8, negative 2 is the third quadrant. Positive 4, negative 2 is the fourth quadrant, so again, I'm going to the right. Positive 4 is first. Positive 4, positive 20 is in the first. So we're both still in the first, but if you notice, my x's stay the same and my y is changing. So I'm going from positive 4 to positive 20, so I'm going upward. Same thing here, positive 18, positive 8 is in the first quadrant. Positive 8, negative 8 is in the fourth quadrant. So I'm moving down. My x value stayed the same, but my y value changed. Negative 20, negative 4 is in the third quadrant. Negative 20, positive 9 is in the second quadrant, so I'm moving up. I'm going from the third quadrant to the second quadrant, so I'm moving up. So you can plot these points and see what direction you move, or you can just look and know what quadrant you're in, look if the x value changes, look at the y values changes, and that helps you with the answer. G, movement to the right or upward is in a positive direction. Movement to the left or downward is in a negative direction. Explain why this makes sense. Well, moving to the right is moving towards positive numbers, like on the number line. Think about the number line. And moving to the left is moving towards negative numbers on the number line. And it's the same thing with the thermometer. Moving up, your temperature goes up. If you're moving down, your temperature goes down. So it's the same idea. Okay, H. Now describe the direction and the distance between the first point and the second point. For example, negative 15 means you move in a negative direction, a distance of 15. Whether the changes in the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate will tell whether negative 15 means down 15 or to the left 15. So what they're saying is what we just talked about is we're just deciding if we're moving to the left or the right or up or down. Well, up or right is positive, left or down is negative. And now we're also finding how many points are we moving, how far apart are these points. So it helps probably to graph these two, or you can just look at your x and y values and help figure that out. So if I'm at positive 3, positive 2, I'm in the first quadrant, over 3, up 2. And then I go negative 5, positive 2. So now I'm in the second quadrant. So I'm going left, so it's going to be negative. And I'm going from positive 3 to negative 5. 3 will get me to 0, and then 5 will get me to negative 5. So positive 3 positive 3 to negative 5 is 8. So you're going negative 8 because you're going left 8 values. B, negative 7, positive 7, over 7, up 7, to positive 3, positive 7. So now I'm going to the right. I'm going from negative 7 to positive 3. Negative 7 to 0 is 7. 0 to 3 is 3. So I'm going positive 10. Negative 8, negative 2, I'm going to the left 8, down 2, so that's the third quadrant, going to positive 4, negative 2. So I'm going to the right, and I'm going from negative 8 to positive 4. So on the number line, the distance from negative 8 to positive 4 is 12, and because I'm going right, it's positive 12. Positive 4 is in the first quadrant. Positive 4, positive 20 is still in the first quadrant, but I'm going straight up. So I'm going from positive 4 on the y to positive 20 on the y. So I'm going up, which is positive, and 4 to 20 is 16, so I'm going positive 16. Positive 18 to positive 8, again, first quadrant, to positive 18, negative 8 is fourth quadrant. So I'm going straight down this time. Instead of going straight up, I'm going straight down. I'm going from positive 8 to negative 8. Positive 8 to 0 is 8, 0 to negative 8 is 8, so 8 and 8 is 16. So I'm going down 16 units or negative 16. Negative 20, negative 4 Negative is over to the left, down, so I'm in the third quadrant, and I'm going to negative 20, positive 9, so now I'm in the second quadrant, so I'm going from a negative 4 to a positive 9. So going from a negative 4 to a positive 9 is up, so that's positive, and from negative 4 to positive 9 is 13, so I'm going positive 13. Our keyword today, because we haven't talked about them in a while and I miss them, is mugwumps. Our keyword will be mugwumps. Our last question is 29. Find the opposite of each point in the graph. So remember, the opposite of positive 2, negative 1 is negative 2, positive 1. So first you really need to find what each point is, and then you can find the opposite. So A is positive 3, positive 4. So A prime, or its opposite, is negative 3, negative 4. B is negative 3, positive 1. So its opposite is positive 3, negative 1. C is negative 2, negative 3, so its opposite is going to be positive 2, positive 3. Looking at B, our last question, D is at positive 15, positive 20, so its opposite is going to be at negative 15, negative 20, right over here. E is at negative 15, positive 5, so its opposite is going to be at positive 15, negative 5. F is at negative 10, negative 15, so its opposite is going to be positive 10, positive 15. And that's it for this homework. Hope it wasn't too bad. Have a good night. Bye.